Okay, continuing our Thanksgiving quiz. This will be the last part of it. I know many of you are saying, well, thank goodness this thing's long. Yeah, I agree. But, it's good documentation. If you haven't seen the other videos, please go back and see them. It'll help you to understand the foundations of this nation, Thanksgiving, why the Pilgrims came here, and the Christian influence on this nation of the United States. So today I want to talk about something that's probably very misunderstood, and it's very incorrect what people think. It says this: if Christianity was so important in colonial America, why does the Constitution establish a wall of separation between church and state? Now, how many times have we heard that? Oh, they got separation of church and state. Well, let's deal with the facts here, okay? Contrary to what many Americans may think, the phrase separation of church and state does not appear anywhere in the Constitution. That's right, it's not in the Constitution. In fact, there is no mention of the words church, state, or separation in the First Amendment or anywhere within the Constitution. The First Amendment does guarantee freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom of the press, and freedom of religion. Now, the phrase is found in a letter Thomas Jefferson wrote to Baptist pastors in Danbury, Connecticut in 1802, in which he gave his opinion of the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment, and then felt that it was building a wall of separation between church and state. At best, this was a commentary on the First Amendment from an individual who was in France when the Constitution and the Bill of Rights were drafted. Now, what we have to understand is that, in reality, if you look at the foundation, the motive, every reason why the Pilgrims came to this nation, and the Mayflower Compact, which was a foundation to establish our U.S. Constitution as far as civil law, the separation of church and state is in this manner. This is the true understanding, and I guess you'd say the establishment of it is that the state or the government cannot dominate and influence the church. Because we know that's one reason why they left England, the Pilgrims. They left there because the government was trying to rule the church. But it should be the other way around, that the church should influence the government. And the separation of church and state has been taken out of context as far as its phrase, but it's not even in the Constitution. So we need to think about that and get back to our basics on this. It's a shame that we have gone the way that we have gone as a nation. We're abandoning the Lord. We're abandoning Him in our principles that was established. And it was by His grace and mercy that He established this nation to be used as a vehicle, to be used as a tool to reach the world and bless the world with the gospel of Jesus Christ. We need to really look at our foundation stones. And I'll tell you this, if you don't agree with this, if you don't agree with the godly principles and the Constitution, the amendments, leave. It's simple. Go to where you think you'll be happy. Go to a country that practices socialism and communism and see how it works out for you. It's very simple. Why do people want to come to this great nation of the United States? Because here you have the freedom to be able to make a life for yourself. You have the freedom to worship. Okay? And again, as I stated in some of the previous videos, the actual freedom of religion was established, okay, and dealing with the separation of church and state as far as that letter, dealing with Christian denominations. The freedom of religion was not for world religions. It was for Christianity. It had to do with the variations of the denominations within Christianity. A lot of people don't understand that. So, if you're from a religion that's not Christian, you want to come here, well, that's fine, but don't force your ways on our country. Don't force your ways on the foundations of this nation, of how it was built. Because you came from a place to where you must not have liked it because you left. Well, if you don't like it here, go back. It's that simple. I want to encourage you to seek a relationship with Jesus Christ. Make Him the Lord. Make Him the King. Make Him the ruler of your life, and develop that relationship. And as always, be blessed and keep your eyes on Jesus.